The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So I just went over the offense, Michigan's offense versus Ohio State's defense. Now I want to talk about Michigan's defense versus OSU's offense. Now, I was just looking at the injury report. Mike Morris, he's not on there. Hopefully he's ready to go this week, healthy, and can give most of what he can do what he does. Because we need him on that line for the run and the pass rush also. But what Michigan's task with Blake being hurt, Donovan being hurt, questionable for this game. They're listed as questionable. The task for Michigan's defense just went up. And me just being honest about this situation and honest about what I think they need to do to win, they're gonna have to put together a hell of a performance. It's just a fact. That's just what they're gonna have to do. Now, I know people are going to say, well, can't nobody shut down Ohio State. We've seen them struggle. I've seen them struggle enough to say it can be done. I've seen Notre Dame hold them to 21. And that's what it's going to take. They're going to have to hold them boys to about 21. Sounds easier said than done, but it's been done. So you can't say, can't nobody do that. I saw it done the first game of the year. So I don't want to hear that. Can't nobody slow them down. Everybody that has slowed them down used our game plan from last year. So what you talking about? So, and what was the game plan from last year? What was it? Now I know somebody's gonna say y'all don't have Aiden Hutchinson and Ojabo. That's true. That is true. But it still don't change the fact that what you want to do against this Ohio State team is, one, keep them from running consistently. Because we know they want to pass it. But if they can pass it and run it, you ain't beating them. They're unstoppable now. Now they're that offense that they thought they would be, so prolific, thinking they were going to be so much better than last year. That's what they'll turn into. It'll be like when Dobbins and Fields were there. So, and Michigan has the talent on defense to stop their run. Now, Ohio State's dealing with injuries also, but they got better depth than we do at certain positions. So, Henderson, I'm not sure if he'll play. Mayan Williams, they say he's supposed to be ready to go. But the Hayden, the kid from Memphis, he worries me. At this point in the season, him being healthy, hasn't had that many carries for the year, he's ready to go. This dude has vision, quickness, and he runs hard. He worries me the most right now. Because he ain't got nagging injuries. He's ready to rock. So, honestly, he worries me. But Michigan has to stop their run and make them one-dimensional where they have to pass. Where they have to put it on CJ to be great. And he ain't been great all that much this year. But besides all the Heisman talk and all that, I've been watching. He ain't been that great. He been doing a lot of stuff when the game is over, padding them stats. You can get mad if you want to in the comments. I don't care. It's the truth. So, that's just what it is. You have to put it on him because he ain't been playing that well. And I know it looked like he got dinged up against Maryland. So you want to put even more heat on him. You want to hit this dude as much as you can. This is football. That ain't dirty. That's just football. So before somebody get in here and y'all trying to play dirty and knock out our quarterback. No, we trying to play football. Guess what happens in football? You get hit. So that's just what it is. What was he? CJ Stroud, 18 of 30, 241 and a TD against Maryland. That's not that great. So we want to make them one-dimensional. So if he is struggling or not as sharp as he can be, he doesn't have anyone to lean on. Now, you ain't going to lean on this run game. We're going to shut this down, and we're going to put it on you to be great. So in the back end, tight man coverage. Tight man coverage, 2 safeties over the top. You can't take the risk in this game of giving up a bomb. So you have to have safeties over the top or either zone it up. However you want to do it. I don't really care how you do it, but you better have some safeties over the back. You better have a cloud coverage, however you have to do it, and have somebody deep, 2 guys deep at least. Because you can't give up a bomb and get demoralized, and they're at home, so you know how they get down. They going to be over there doing backflips, and the crowd going to be going crazy. So you have to make them just matriculate down the field. Not with big plays. That's what they want. That's what Ryan Day wants. He wants those big monster plays. And when he doesn't get them like that, that's when they kind of struggle. So that's what the defense has to do. I'm saying this. I'm not saying this is an easy task. But when they know if Blake is healthy or not, and they know how the offense looked just last week when he wasn't in there. So when that happens, guess what? Defense, strap it up. We got to shut them down. We can't give up nothing. You get nothing. Gotta see it this week. Third quarter last week, they gave up 14. But guess what they said in the fourth quarter? You get nothing. Earn that title this game. This the game where you really earn that title. You get nothing. So the defense has to, that's what they have to do. Now, with me saying they're going to play, you have to play either tight man coverage, mix. This isn't something you're not doing something all the time like tight man coverage with 2 over the top every play. You're going to have to mix in your blitzes. You're going to have to mix in some zones. So CJ Stroud is confused. He won't know what's coming. Or it looks like a blitz. Then some of these guys drop out in the coverage, things like that. You have to mix in all these different multiple defenses so he doesn't get, him and Ryan Day can't just look at the defense. Oh, they're still in the man. All right, I got a man beater, because Ryan Day. He's good. He's good. So that's what it is. You have to mix in blitzes and things like that, but you have to keep those safeties over the top most of the time and get them into third and longs, things like that. Or at least make them get in third and shorts, because I trust our defense. Third and short, I trust the defense. Like third and fourth downs, you fighting for your life. You taking a risk going for fourth and short on us. If it's 4th and 3, you almost a fool to try to go for it on us and run it. Now, you might try a little rollout pass or something like that. Your chances are better. But 4th and 3, trying to run on this defense, 3rd and 3, it just ain't likely you're going to get it. So I trust us with that the same as last year, but I trust this defense even more because they've just got more depth. So, but Mike Morris, hopefully he's ready to go, because if he's not in, that hurts our depth. Because he's just better than everybody else. That's just is what it is on this defense. He's just better than everybody else. So we need him to be ready to go. And he's a captain and brings that energy and that fire to the defense. We were kind of missing that on Saturday, it seemed like. And him just being the guy he is. He's good. So that's the real game plan for this one. The defense is going to have to play. They're going to have to do like Notre Dame. 21 or less. I know people are saying it's just what it is. They're going to have to hold OSU to something like that. With this offense and these coordinators, I'm just going to be real. I don't trust them. So it's going to be on the defense to make this game close to where Ohio State can't do what they want to do. Now, you can give up some plays, but you have to hold them to 3. You hold them to 3, that's a win for us. And then if you continue to hold them to 3, Ryan Day, knowing him, and he'll probably do this early in the red zone if we get him in a 4th and down, 4th and short, he'll go for it. He'll keep going for it, which can be good or bad. But you have to hold them to 3. You can't just be letting, you let these boys get touchdowns and they start gaining that confidence, it's going to get bad because they're going to gain confidence and we're going to lose confidence. So that's just what it is for the most part. Now, Marvin Harrison. With Marvin Harrison, I'd play type. I'd probably mix the coverages. Sometimes I'd have somebody playing underneath him with somebody over the top. Other times I may. Other times I would have somebody just playing tight man defense and maybe bracket him. I'd mix it up. I'd mix it up with him. I wouldn't just do one thing so they can key in on it and figure that out. I'd mix it up. I'd shade coverages to him sometimes. Sometimes I'd have DJ Turner or whoever's on him playing tight man with a safety over the top of him. I'm going to mix it up. Run a zone and have the coverage drop over to his side more. Shade him more. So I wouldn't just do one thing. I'm going to do a bunch of things and make somebody else beat him. Make Fleming and Mbuka, make these other boys beat us. That's just what you got to do. Now, we're talking about the defense. I'm going to mix in special teams. We've given up. I think we gave up one punt block, but it was a bad look. So we can't be giving up no punt blocks. And Ohio State is pretty good at blocking punts. I think they've blocked like 2 or 3 this year. So special teams, Jay Harbaugh, I'm looking at you. You got to have that. You got to have the special teams and that punt team, that punt coverage on point. You can't be letting these dudes get a punt block. And this game is crucial to keep that crowd out of the game. Keep that crowd out of the game. So you can't be giving up no mistakes on special teams, especially not with the small margin for error we're going to have in this game if we don't have our stars on offense. So Jay Harbaugh, you better get that protection, that punt block protection on point, because they watching the film. So just having Mike Barrett as the other guy back there, not sure why you would do that anyway. Nobody really does that anymore. You need 3 guys back there. That's how everybody does it. Not sure why we're still trying to have just one guy that's back there to kind of protect the punter. It just didn't seem smart to me ever. So gotta fix that. But yeah, that's what I would do. And this is me saying this. The task is high. I'm not saying this is easy. Before somebody, I know people are gonna come in and act like I'm saying this is something easy to do. But this is the task that's at hand for the defense. They're gonna have to play a hell of a game. So that's just what it is. You're gonna have to get pressure on CJ Stroud also. But that's where I'm talking about you mix in the blitzes. You mix in, you're gonna have to run different things. Tight man coverage, zones, zone blitzes, man blitzes. But it's got to be at the right time and hope it gets there. Them boys got to get there. You have to get there. If we blitz, you have to get there. You can't be letting them escape, because lately we've been doing blitzes and they get there and then we let the guy get away. Like, bro, you got him in your arms, bro. Get him. You're a defensive lineman. Tackle the quarterback. So that's just what it is. That and missed tackles. I'm going to talk about this and then I'm going to get out of here. Soft tackling, you better be bringing some wood for this game. If there was any game to be bringing some wood and trying to hit, it's this game. So that missed tackles, hesitation. You can't be hesitating. This isn't a game for hesitating. Trust your instincts. Trust your film study. Trust it. All this work you've put in the offseason, through all these games, studying film, practicing for Ohio State, ain't no need to be hesitating at this point. You shouldn't be hesitating. You see it, you do it. Make the tackle. You can't be missing tackles and arm tackling. You got to lay some wood and run through. You have to run through. So that's just what it is, y'all. I mean, it is what it is. The task is great, but it's very doable because we've seen it done. We saw Penn State have them struggling, and their defense had to bail them out. We saw Notre Dame have them struggling, but they just didn't have enough offense. So that's the task. So it ain't like we ain't seen it before. It's just, can you have to play that type of game. Matter of fact, if I'm the coach, I'm telling them Notre Dame held them to 20. We can do better than that. They held them to 21. We can do better than that. Because we have to. That's just how it's looking. I'm just being real with what I've been seeing and what it is. I don't trust Weiss and Moore to scheme up a game. Like, I just made that video and said a bunch of stuff that they should have been doing all year and what they probably should do. But I don't got a lot of faith in these dudes that they will do it, because they haven't showed it, honestly. So that's just what it is. So with me saying that just means the defensive effort has to be A+. They have to be on the same page and can't make mistakes and have to be fundamentally sound. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. I just wanted to talk about the game, what the defense has to do. It's a tall task, but that's what you signed up for when you came from Michigan. You knew what Ohio State had. Just so happens we're hurt on offense, so the task got greater for you. What you gonna do? Your goals is right there. Your goals are there. Take them. Take it. That's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverines. It's great.